Hi everyone. Today I went grocery shopping near my Airbnb in Paris and tried some bread, sausage, and fruit. First, I went to a butcher shop nearby. One thing I noticed was that French butcher shops are quite different from Korean butcher shops. In Korea, you can find some seasoned meat, like galbi, or prepared food like tonkatsu. But French butcher shops have many different kinds of seasoned meat with various spices. At this butcher shop, I bought some handmade sausages and guanciale. Next, I went to a bakery. I bought a pain au chocolat and a croissant. In Korea, most bakeries are either big franchise bakeries or small local bakeries that have been around for a long time. But in France, I felt like there were many more independent local bakeries, which was interesting to me. However, when I visited French bakeries, I felt that the basic selection of bread was quite similar wherever I went compared to that. Even though franchise bakeries are more common in Korea, they usually have a much wider variety of bread. Lastly, I went to a fruit shop. Look at this flat peach, this beautiful red apple, and this orange. When Korean people think of peaches, we usually imagine round peaches. Recently, flat peaches have started appearing in Korean department stores, but they are quite expensive, so I was really curious about what they would taste like. The apple also looked different. It had this really bright red color, almost like an apple you would see in an animation, so I bought it on impulse. Lastly, I bought an orange. The reason I was curious about the orange actually came from Fanta. As far as I know, Korean Fanta mostly uses sugar and orange flavoring, while European Fanta contains actual orange juice. So I became curious about whether oranges in Europe would taste different. I don't remember exactly how much everything cost. My Airbnb was only about a 3-minute walk away, so I went straight back home. A Korean friend of mine who has lived in France for a long time told me that I definitely had to try pain au chocolat and croissants in France. In Korea, I usually eat things like pizza bread or sausage bread. They're completely normal types of bread, but eating these classic French breads in France made the experience feel a little more special. And the fruit looked really good too. I actually wasn't planning to buy any sausages, but when I saw how massive they were, I couldn't resist buying them. And the main reason I visited the butcher shop was actually to buy guanciale. Seeing a whole piece of guanciale like this made me imagine how good a carbonara made with it would taste. When I was a student in Korea, I once made carbonara using bacon and cooked it with the fat released from the bacon. I remember it actually tasting pretty good. In Korea, guanciale itself is quite expensive and can also be difficult to find. For the sausage, I tried frying it in oil. In Korea, it's not very common to find handmade sausages like these. And even if you can find them, they usually don't feel quite like this. Just being able to buy something like this from a local butcher shop and cook it myself felt like a meaningful experience for me. I cut a lot of the cooking footage because of the length of the video, but I think I cooked these sausages over medium-low heat for more than 40 minutes. But even after cooking them for that long, the inside still wasn't completely cooked. It felt like I was chewing slightly seasoned raw minced meat. So for the rest of the sausages, I added some water and finished cooking them using a kind of water frying method. Now they finally look fully cooked. As for the taste, they were actually really salty when eaten by themselves. The pain au chocolat was also quite sweet, so I felt like I needed something else to balance out the sweetness. The croissant was pretty straightforward, but it had a nice buttery flavor and was crispy on the outside and soft and moist inside. The outside of the apple had a strange smell. It smelled almost like wax, or even bleach. I washed it, but the smell didn't really go away, so I just ate it anyway. It looked beautiful, but the taste itself was pretty normal. But this flat peach was actually really good. The texture was somewhere in between firm and soft, and it had a gentle sweetness with a really nice peach aroma. It took me almost 30 minutes to finish the sausages, and I feel like I drank about 4 liters of water afterward. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.